Hey everybody, Outlaw here. I am with the one and only
Paul Rogers.
Today we would like to talk about the history of BPW and the history of all the characters here at BPW. First, Paul, what are your thoughts on the whole BPW backyard wrestling?
I think it's a very innovative new thing that we've started to do, that we started to do a while ago, and it's become a big thing now. That we have so many new characters and so many new wrestlers here, and a new belt. And it's going to be, we've already made it to the second Wrestle Glory, which is our very own BPW Mania, kind of. We've already made it to the second one, we have a couple months to go, before it actually happens, but hopefully it's good. Hopefully it ends up being a good show.
Probably will.
Hopefully we end up getting everybody there.
That's the tricky part.
I want to have everybody have a match. All the characters, I want them all to have a match there.
Get reunited.
Just everybody gets their opportunity. Everybody gets their chance to get their moment. And it's been tough for me because, I sprained my thumb. It was actually here wrestling Drew when I jumped off the bin the second time, and I elbow dropped him. My thumb went bent all the way back. But I just tell people I hit it off my friend's pool deck, so they don't question it enough. But anyway, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is it's very entertaining, not just for me, but for everyone that watches. Because even though it's not real, it feels real. Definitely when you're wrestling and being recorded.
You definitely get injured.
Sometimes it gets real. But the main part of the wrestling is not just to say, let's just copy like every other backyard wrestling, or let's just copy WWE. It's to say, hey, let's get a group of friends together and let's make the best of our lives and what we love to do. We love to record, we love to be stupid, and we love to see our friends. Mostly be stupid, I emphasize on that part. And we love to come up with ideas and just do random stupid crap. That's just me, I don't know about you, but I love doing random stuff,
Are you serious? You just asked me if I like doing stupid shit? I literally broke my thumb. Well, sprained. Sprains are worse than breaking, but I literally sprained my thumb doing a stupid thing. A
lot of us, mostly me and Paul, have gotten the worst injuries. If you haven't seen
because we played 5 different freaking characters. We played literally more than half the roster, which is a very, very odd thing.
Yeah. That and, we're the only 2 wrestlers that are really physical with it.
Whatever.
And if you haven't seen our BPW page on Facebook, add that. You can see some of the pictures you saw when we had a 2 out of 3 falls match where the loser leaves town. That was one of the most brutal matches.
Yeah, there's some of the pictures up there from his back and my back. He got the worst of it. Even though I lost the match, I definitely won it.
Oh, yeah.
But
he won beating the shit out of me, but he lost
the actual overall match, but whatever. There's so many things that we've done here that we've had innovative matches that we never thought we could make. We could with the small amount of people that we have. But we decided to grow and reach out our characters and that we have, and we ended up making a Rumble. We ended up making a whole giant pay-per-view, like WrestleMania. We've had a lot of pay-per-views. We've had a lot of bloodshed. A lot of hearts broken, a lot of bones broken.
A lot of titles switched.
A lot of titles lost, yeah. A lot of titles cracked. Broken.
Hopefully that won't happen to this one.
Thanks for that. But let's branch out on some of the history of BPW.
Let's start off on not just the first day of BPW.
But the first match.
But the first thoughts and how it all started. This thing's really pissing me off because I keep getting the reflection.
So shiny. That was right in my eyes.
Okay, so yeah, let's get the first thoughts on BPW and how it physically and mentally all started. Do you remember?
From the stuff that I remember, we were playing a video game, WWE 2K16, and we created some new, like, of our own characters. And it was like the middle of winter, and we both realized that we both love wrestling, and we decided to wrestle in the snow for a little bit. And
record it.
The first actual match we were going to have was going to be the casket match.
Trailers up on YouTube.
Those are like some of the best trailers that we've had so far, like that, a triple threat match. But we've had a lot of ideas going into this. We started off the actual match trailer that we had set, which was I think the first trailer that we had was where he beat me or something. Like that. And
yeah, for the World Heavyweight title.
And it was like you see him, the last thing you see him is stunner me off the deck and I fall into the snow, and that was like the last clip we had. But that was like the first official like trailer and idea that we had for BPW, and then we actually had a real match. Like the real first match that we had was him versus me in a 2 out of 3 falls match. He was like the new guy coming in, I was like the legend of the business. And I was the champion holding the belt, and he came in, he came in, he Superman punched me, he got the first fall, like, right off the bat, because I was, like, turned around, I was, like, the heel, basically. I was, like, the heel at that time, and I was like, these stupid fans don't know what they're talking about, they need to worship me, to worship the ground that I walk on. And I turned around, he comes in, Superman punches me, 1, 2, 3, and then I got the second fall, I forget what I did, and he got the third fall by spearing me. And that was really how it all started.
Then we started getting the word out.
We got 2 new people to come in right before it was like the original pay-per-view, and that was the triple threat match. The original pay-per-view was going to be the casket match, but then we got Big T to come in, and we changed like the entire like line that we were going down. We were like, all right, we got to do this, because this is the perfect opportunity to really make a story. And what we did was we made Big T the legend of the business, and he came back and he's returning
after like years of being out.
Because I ended his career or something, because like he left after we fought for the title, and that's how I had the title in the first place. And he came back and he's like, I want that belt. And I was like, I need to get my rematch clause first before you come in and take that belt. He's like, I never got my rematch clause, and we started going at it, and he was the champion at the time. And we were just like, hey, let's have a triple threat match. And Drew was the ref for that match. That was his first real job here.
Yeah, also, all the stuff that we record and all the stuff that, like all the pay-per-views and stuff, we don't really rehearse for those. It's just like the second before we record, we say, after this move, you just stay on the ground for that 3 count, or...
Probably not the best idea, but, you know...
it doesn't really go to plan. That's why half the time in the videos you'll hear us talk and be like, stay down, or like, stuff like that, but...
We really should rehearse more, but it's just the thing that we don't have the time to do.
Yeah.
Because we all have our social lives to deal with.
Most of us.
Lives.
But then we started getting bigger, we started getting like a few more people, we started recording much more, we started... getting more title belts. We started getting better ideas for matches. What was the second pay-per-view after that? That was
the tag team match for the belt.
Yeah.
It was the second pay-per-view that we had, and then we were going to have Fair Warning that we actually did end up having. And that was... So the first thing that we had, it wasn't really like a pay-per-view, it was more like the Raw kind of afterwards, like the big Raw after the pay-per-view. And we had a tag team championship match, like you saw at Backlash 2009 for the WWE title. If you pinned the champion, you won the belt. But it was kind of odds not in Big T's favor or Drew's favor, because he couldn't win the belt.
Yeah.
But he could help Big T keep the belt. And we had the storyline where he messed up or something.
And I pinned the wrong guy.
He pinned Drew. And we kind of went off of that.
Because we had like a rivalry. Our characters in the storyline were like mad at each other because like I stole his championship and like we hated each other. And then we had to team up and I messed up. And then that made him get even more mad at me, which led to more feuds.
one of the things I remember about the triple threat match that day was that was the first time I actually met Drew or Tyler.
Yeah.
And I had to go fight this guy. I had to go fight this guy that I just met literally like 30 minutes before we started fighting. And it actually surprisingly went very well because we all knew what we had to do. We all did our part, and we all knew that we just had to take the we had to take the punches, we had to take the kicks, we had to take all the hits and all the moves, and we just had to make them look good.
Which worked out better than I expected.
One of the fun things about that day was putting the Joker makeup on and putting the costume on.
That was entertaining.
It's on his Facebook if you want to go check it out. We didn't have our actual channel yet at that point. He had his channel, but we didn't put it up there yet. And we decided to put it on his Facebook, and God, that was one of the best entrances I think I've ever had. Yeah, it's definitely the best entrance I've ever had, because you see this action shot where I jump off the now broken shed. Long story about that, too. The broken shed, and I jump off, and he zooms in on my face, and I come up, and I'm like... But I burst out, and I start laughing, and I'm like the Joker. I climb up, I jump down, action shot. And then I run off into the ring, and like the backyard area, and I go down into like a push-up position, and it zooms in on my face. And that was at the point where I was Clown Prince, where this was before like everyone changed their name or something. Like we all ended up changing our name afterwards.
Speaking of that, tell them where you got the idea for Clown Prince.
So there was two actually stories behind the Clown Prince. That's the Joker's nickname in the Batman comics. If you don't know who he is, Joker's an insane, psychotic, mental lunatic clown who basically picks on Batman. He's Batman's biggest villain, and I loved that character to death, and I had leftover makeup from Comic-Con that summer, so I decided... I can reuse my costume and everything, and then I can actually dress up as that character for the big show. And then the second story behind that was there was an ESW wrestler. If you don't know ESW, Extreme Showdown Wrestling, Wicked J. Really inspired me because he was one of my favorite backyard wrestlers, and he's really what got me into doing it. And he had passed away recently, and that's why I changed my name to the Dark Savior. But he really inspired me, and I kind of tried to like make it so it wasn't really copying him, but it was more like inspired by him. So, and actually there's kind of a third, not really, but like I guess it started showing after a while, but I was kind of like the Dean Ambrose of this, the lunatic who ran rampant and became the champion or something. Like he didn't take no for an answer. He always beat down everybody who was in his path and everything. So that was kind of my story behind it.
And if you see some of the videos with me, Paul, and Tyler, you can tell that we were technically the Shield. We had Tyler with his long hair. He would be Seth Rollins. We had the lunatic, and we had the big, tall, tough, like always want to fight kind of guy. And we were thinking of actually doing a bit that was for the Shield, but at that time we didn't have enough people.
Never got around. We don't know if we can do it at this point, but we probably could. But it would take a lot of work.
Yeah. And there are many more amazing matches, entrances, and things for you guys to be looking forward to. We just can't really spoil anything because what's the fun of that?
What was it? Right after the triple threat, it was Fair Warning, which was basically my rematch for the title. My fair rematch that I was supposed to get against Big T. But the show never ended up happening because Tyler didn't end up showing up that day.
Problem.
He never ended up showing up that day, and we don't know what reasons. He just said he couldn't go, and so we never ended up having that pay-per-view, and we kind of just did a thing where we just skipped forward, and we just kind of did our own thing, and then we kind of rebuilt off, and that's where a lot of the footage actually got lost, too. We ended up either accidentally deleting it, or we just couldn't find it in our phones again. But, how I ended up getting the title for the third time again was it was like the next big pay-per-view. And this was like right before, this is like where everyone started coming in, like we started getting all the new characters and everything. And this was Undisputed, I believe was the title. And that was where I had won all the belts in the same night. But then I relinquished all of them because it was like right before Wrestle Glory. And I was like, I don't want to see like the only title match be me versus 12 different guys.
Yeah.
So that was where Wrestle Glory became the idea, where we had our first BPW Mania type event. And we had to make a lot of matches for it, because we didn't want to just have a show where we had the same people fighting each other.
And some people couldn't show up that day, so we had to make other matches.
Tyler, was supposed to fight for the X Factor title, and he was supposed to win, actually, against Shadow, who had just came in. He was just like, he was the big new star who came in, and he didn't show up. So one man's loss became another man's gain. We gave it to Tyler K, who we thought was going to show up a lot more than he does now.
He's shown up about like maybe 4 times.
But we gave it to him, and we gave him a shot. He won the match, injured the guy who was playing Shadow. That guy. He injured his knee or something, when he dropped him.
You can see in the video that's also up.
That's on E.N.F films. That's not on the personal BPW Wrestling, because it wasn't up on the other page.
See, and right before you pin me, when he hits me and he lands right on my knee and twists my knee. But I was already injured before that, and Paul kept telling me, like, are you sure you want to do it? Are you sure?
Yeah, I kept telling him, I was like, your shoulder's already
Yeah.
messed up, and you should only be fighting 2 matches tonight, because you only have to fight for the hardcore title and the triple threat match that we had that night. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I can play Shadow because I'm not injured at all. Like, I barely get injured here. Like, this is like the one few times that I've gotten injured here. And he was like, no, I got it. Little did he know that Tyler was going to drop him on his knee.
Little did I know that he would land on me.
But so that night we opened up the show with, I believe it was Doom and Frostbite in a dance match. One of the stupidest things that we ever could come up with. But we were like trying to kill time because we were waiting for Drew to show up.
Yeah, and we were just like listening to music and we were just dancing. It's like, we should do something.
We should make something out of this.
Yeah.
So there was a thing right before Wrestle Glory, and it was a couple days before it, and that's where we were like, oh, I challenge you to a dance match, and we played Apple Bottom Jeans, and we started dancing to it, and that every time we would hit a move, it would be like a dance move, but we'd be punching each other, so it would be like the...
Not regretting that decision, by the way.
But then I did the worm. I think this is how it ended. I did the worm, and I was going like this, and he got up and he poked me. He did the finger poke of Doom, and I got paralyzed, and I fell down. Because I was playing Frostbite, he was playing Doom at the time. And that was kind of how the match ended, and he was just like, well, that was interesting. We made something, but that was not what we expected it to be. It was funny. It was funny while it lasted. It was kind of stupid, but it was funny. Like, we had a guy helping us out with sound named Cameron. Hopefully he should be starting wrestling soon if he is. He was laughing his ass off, and so was Tyler. Tyler was trying not to, like, talk behind the camera, but we were just like, F it, this isn't one of the serious matches. It was just kind of just a time killer match. And everybody was dying laughing. His girlfriend was dying laughing.
Drew was out.
Drew wasn't even here. Like, he came in, and he watched the video, and he started laughing his ass off, because he was like, before, he was like, oh, I wanted to see the dance match, because I filmed the first one. I mean, we didn't know what to expect for that match, so that's kind of how it happened. And then, what was the second match?
I think it was...
Winter, right?
Yeah.
Winter and Crimson Death.
I was Crimson Death.
I was Winter.
That was a really short match.
It was a short match. We were trying to just kill some time, waiting for people, and I thought, hey, we can just come up with 2 new characters right now off the bat, and we could just be like, hey, let's fight them.
And then we had me.
Yep.
And
Immortal, my character at that time. He had the hardcore championship, and he was fighting. He won it. The thing about that match, when I ran, and tried to jump off the rock.
The
And
rock
the rock
slipped.
slipped out from under me, and I landed on my face, but I ended up hitting my hand off of him. So I technically hit the move, but I hit my face.
So I
Off the
realized
mat.
he hit me, and I was like, oh, and then like I rolled over on the other side of the camera. I'm trying like not to like crack
To
up.
laugh.
Like I kept rolling over, like cover my face, like don't laugh, don't laugh.
Good
And
thing
then-
it wasn't in frame when I did it.
Yeah.
You could only see me fall, but you don't see the rock slipping out from under me.
And another one is when Paul went to the side and he tripped over the tarp.
Yeah.
That cracked me up even more.
That match was just botchamania. Like we kept like hitting like the wrong moves and stuff. So yeah, what happened was I Irish whipped him to the other side, and we were both out of the ring. So I threw him back in, and I went to run in, and I tripped over the tarp because when he went in, he flipped it up, and the tarp was just folded up like in a ball. And I tripped over it because I tried to jump over it, but I tripped and my foot got caught, and I landed on my face again. But
And
like
I took advantage.
that was just a botchamania match
But
for the ages.
that match is where the spear started getting better and better and better. Because
Yeah, that was one of the
during
best
the
spears that
spear,
he's had
like we used to
at
just
that
like
time.
spear him, but now Paul jumps and clings onto the shoulder.
That was the first time I jumped for a spear because like at first I would just take the spear
yeah.
and I wouldn't like do anything with it. But then I was like, you know what? What if I jump and make it more realistic? I thought I was gonna hit my head off the rock, but luckily I didn't. But I jumped, and I think his shoulder got hurt too. Right when he did it, you can see like he rolled over and he's like, ah!
Yeah.
But then he pinned me 1, 2, 3. But yeah, that was where the spear really got intense, and it got so much better than it is now. Like it's great now. Like
There should be a compilation coming out soon for
yes,
that,
it should be.
and for Big T's Curb Stomp.
I might have to redo some of the videos because the videos looked like shit. we have to have a day where we actually make better ones because Big T's did not look good at all.
Yeah.
Some of the spears didn't really look good either because there was one where I was playing Vicious, one of the new guys, and I fell off the bucket, but I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to get punched and I was supposed to be dazed, but I fell off the bucket. And then I just got back up on the bucket. I was just like, all right, what am I supposed to do now? He's supposed to spear me over the bucket or off the bucket. So I just got on the bucket and he speared me off. But so we're gonna have to redo some of the videos, but whatever. I'll get them done.
And I think one of the most things that we have fun with isn't just wrestling, like meeting the people, but like the entrances. I think that's what catches everyone's attention when you have your music hit, or if someone's having an interview and your music hits out of the blue and you go out, like it's that feeling that you get that just like energizes you. I love it.
Still to date, like I said before, the Joker entrance is still my best one. The second best one I've had so far was Wrestle Glory. Me and Drew, the 2 out of 3 falls match. Really good match, by the way. It was my first time fighting Drew, like 1-on-1, and it was just really fun. Like the only thing that Drew messed up on was I told him not to go near the belt, but he went near the fucking belt. I was like, Drew, I don't want anybody to see me. And like whoever was filming, I forget who it was. I think it was you, yeah. And I told you not to get me in frame because I wanted to be like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
But I told Drew not to go near the belt. The belt was laid out, kind of like how Finn Balor did it. He had the belt laid out in the end of the entrance ramp, and he crawled to it. And I told Drew 4 times not to go near the belt, and what does he do? He walks over to the belt, and I'm in frame.
He walked literally right behind
He
the belt
literally-
and makes me put the camera down and says, that's gonna be mine.
And I was like, oh my god, Drew, I just told you not to go near the belt. Like, right before the match started, I told him, do not go near the belt. I do not want to be in frame.
And then there was a time where I messed up where Paul was in the tarp, and
Oh.
he had the title in front of him. He kept going down. I was like, what are you doing? Just stand up. I was like, oh shit, he wants me to get in front of him and get that frame.
Because I was going down, like, the creepy, like, thing, and I was doing the Bray Wyatt thing. But, so, I was supposed to be a psycho during that match. Like, that was supposed to be, like, the darkest side of me. Still wasn't, but whatever. But, that was where I had the Dark Savior was the new gimmick at the time. And I came out, I wanted to have handcuffs, but we couldn't find them. I don't know what happened to them. They were, like, in the fence somewhere. They were, like, in the cage that we have. But, so I put, like, one of the shirts that I have for Immortal that night over me. And I was just kind of, like, laying there, like, and then I flipped it up, and it was the Jeff Hardy Will-O-the-Wisp theme. And I crawled to the belt, and I had a cup full of, like, cranberry juice. And I was making it like it was, like, blood. And I drank some of it, and I had it in my mouth, and I spit it up, and I got it on him. The camera.
All over me. Like, I'm just in front of you. It spits
and, like,
on. The wind blows
you
this
could see
way.
I turned around to try not to get it on me. And I was like, fuck, I messed that up so badly.
And throughout that whole match, I'm just trying to wipe it off.
he's like doing this, like, trying not to, like, get it. And, that was where I did my first spin kick to the back to Drew. I wanted to... See, so many times I kept telling Drew I wanted to pull him over to the fence, and I wanted to climb up the fence, and I wanted to jump on him off the fence. But he kept running away. He kept walking back to the ring, and I was like, "What are you doing? You know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, you know what I told you to do. Like, I whipped you over here for a reason. I didn't want to, like, grab him and be like, stay here. I'm gonna jump on you like halfway through the match, because then I would be calling moves louder than John Cena.
Yeah.
And Money in the Bank." I'm gonna do this on you now. Oh, he reversed it. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that one coming. But, no, it was a good match overall. It wasn't the best, because, you know, the best matches that I've ever had was this guy right here, where we friggin' kill each other to death. Yeah, kill each other to death.
Literally.
I said that. But, I think the funniest thing about that match was it definitely has to be where I tried to jump off the cage and he kept, like, walking away, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And then I just pan over. Paulie's just like, taking a break.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not even doing this. I was like, I got off, and I let him do his first pin or whatever. Like, I got the first pin, I let him do his second pin, where he does the skull-crushing finale onto the pan, and I was like, well, crap, I got the second pin. He got the first pin off the skull-crushing finale, and then I did the spin kick, got the second pin, and this is where he messed up. He wasn't supposed to be pinned right there. I told him I wanted to DDT him before he got pinned. I wanted to do, like, the Dirty Deeds, double underhook DDT, but he messed up, and he was like, I'm just gonna let you pin me. I was like, you know what, whatever. But at least he didn't mess up on the very last pin, where I had to curb stomp him on the pan, and I was like, this is a payback to Big T for not showing up. I was like, you don't want to show up, I'll take your move, and I curb stomped him off the pan, and I won the match. And then I think Andrea, his girlfriend, came up and grabbed the camera, and he came in for the triple threat match, the elimination match that we had.
And she had to go like 5 minutes later, so I'm just like, oh shit,
We gotta do this. So
he eliminated me, and then I just took the camera.
And then once she left, I had to fight Drew like one-on-one again, and Drew beat me again. With this off the skull crushing finale, I think.
I mean, all out from all the shit and stuff that we've done, it's all about the fun. And like in the recordings, maybe be like, oh wow, this tension like feels real. Like they actually sometimes hate each other. It's like,
whoa.
It just proves that we're really good actors. I mean, not all of us, but you know, some of us.
I really hate you. I'm joking. No, I'm kidding.
But I mean, we all have fun doing what we do, and we all love, like, everyone that is in the backyard wrestling with us all love WWE, which is something good that's about us, that we all love the same thing. We all know what all the moves are and everything. But we just want to give you some history into BPW and what we've done.
Remember the day you speared me through the door, and I hit my head off the pole?
That was funny.
His mom went, like, devil on us. Like, she was bullshit. So, we started tearing apart the shed, because we wanted to have, like, an entranceway.
I was pissed because I was the first one to go through that door, and, like, I set it up, and I was about to go through, and I was like, well, you can't go through that. It's, like, full-on plastic. It's like, I thought someone recorded it. I went through it, and I was out.
Recorded it. Nobody recorded it.
I was blacked out for, like, 3 minutes.
And nobody recorded it either. Like,
and I woke up and it's like,
filmed.
Who got down recording? They're like, no one. It's like, really?
Damn it. Alright, we're doing it again. I was blacked out for 3 more minutes. No, but, so, what happened was, the first thing that really took the shed down. The doors were already hinged off, basically, then we only had 2 doors that were actually working at the time. And Big T was like, Tyler, he was like, I want to go through the door. I'm like, no, you will die. He's like, I want to go through the freaking door. I was like, no. He was like, fine, then I'll spare you through the door. I was like, what? No! Tackles me through the side of the, of the wall, of the shed. So, this is the shed. We have the 2 walls, so this is one side that's facing the backyard, and this is the one that's facing the fence. I'm telling him no, and I'm like, what are you doing? He runs at me full force and tackles me through the wall of the shed, and the entire thing just falls down. Like, the roof was still, like hanging off for some reason. Like,
yeah,
it was,
I remember.
Floating in midair.
You came over one day, and we were waiting for all the other cast members to come in, and the shed was up. I was like, imagine if we go through, I lean on it, I fall right through. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I tried to rebuild it. I tried to put it back together, and one of the hinges was still off, and he leaned through it, and he fell through the door.
I was like, we haven't even started recording.
He's like, what are you doing? He's like, what happened? I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you.
The hinges are on.
I got speared through that. I remember one day, I came here early and nobody was here, and I built my own entrance because I got bored, and the entire shed was destroyed. Yeah. And I took the roof of the shed, and I put it down. I think I still have the only match that we had with that entranceway on my camera, and I had it there, and I had one of the doors as a ramp on a plank of wood, like a giant plank of wood, and then we had the tarp that was still up as the curtain, and then I had 2 doors on the side that was kind of like what do you call it, barricades. So, and then we had a third ramp at the bottom, which was right after the roof part. So we had this giant entranceway, and then they walk in and they're like, what the hell did you just do? I'm like, I built an entranceway while you guys were off doing your own thing, while you were off getting clothes. And I jumped on the thing, and I went through it. This was the day after I built it. We took it apart, because we were trying to think of new things to do, and I forget, I walked over to the thing, and then I tried to jump off it because it was kind of bouncy, and my foot went through the roof, and I tripped and face planted. And Andrea, his girlfriend, were dying. They were like, how? How did that happen? I was like, I don't know. I broke it.
I remember it was the night that we came back from my uncle's, and Andrea was there, and we're just like, you know what, fuck it, let's do a match.
The doors.
And he takes the whole shed.
The video's up.
And piles it on me. I think
I did it twice. I just after the video, I was starting talking to his girlfriend while he's under the shed. I was like, we gotta film a second part of this because it's kind of hilarious. And she's like, I was trying not to die because all I kept seeing was door,
foot sticking out.
I'm like, oh, gotta cover that.
Oh man,
that was a really weird interview. That was the day after I dyed my hair brown, and I was in a really, really, really gay outfit. It was a Tyler Breeze type outfit, and I just kept piling doors on him. Like it was nothing.
And the fucking roof.
Yeah, the roof, too. I took the roof, and I think that was the first thing I put on him. And then I kept throwing the doors on him, and he's like, what are you doing? He's under there. He's like, I don't know what to do. Do I throw him off? I just
closed my eyes. I'm like, I'm just going to wait for this to be over. I have no part. I'm just going to lay here, you know.
Yeah. That was one of the funner things that we've done here. Well, the more fun. Proper English. But, we've had a lot of fun on set. Just us doing things, not us actually wrestling. Obviously things happen, big botches happen, when Tyler was supposed to curb stomp Drew, but Drew just got up. He didn't even go down for the curb stomp, he just got up and Tyler just stomped the ground. He's like, what am I supposed to do now? I was supposed to win the match like that, and Drew just got up and he's like, oh, fuck. So I think he just laid down, and Tyler just was like, what am I supposed to do? But that was one of the more fun things that we've done here.
Yeah.
The shed breaking. We actually have a video on his Instagram where he jumps through Or I chokeslam him through one of the doors.
That's pretty fun.
That was when his friend Brian was over.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of help here. We've had a lot of fun
Support.
moments, a lot of good matches. We still have a few more to go. Still got a few more before Wrestle Glory. A few more in us.
A few more before
we
one of
start
us
departing.
leaves.
Before we start departing our ways. We want to make a good run.
I mean, I ain't going nowhere, so...
I mean, this is your house. Why would you go anywhere? Can't say the same for myself, because I'm trying to work on some stuff by myself, like with other people, but still around.
He's gonna try to do both.
I'm still around enough.
Yeah.
I don't got a life.
That's why half the times we have, like, loser leaves talent, because, like, he'll have something to do with, like, something else, and, like, he'll lose and be like, alright, I gotta work on this now, so then I'll take over.
That's why I did the first one. I was like, I gotta leave for a little bit, because I have, like, some stuff I have to deal with. Like, I have a competition coming up. I have my recital coming up soon, which is this weekend. Tomorrow I can't do anything, because, like, I have to be at my dance studio, like, all day. Literally all day. So that's fun. Lives matter. But, yeah, some of the history of BPW, some of the fun facts that we've got here.
Yeah, we've
Wait, hold up. I have another fun fact. The only person on the roster, well, no, not the only person, but, the only person at the time who did not hold the world title is Tyler K.
we'll have to change that.
Well, he hasn't showed up, so he's not getting help.
We'll
He's
try.
not getting nothing, alright? I think everybody's held the title, one of the titles at least once, except for, like, two characters. Like, the two new characters that we just brought in.
Yeah, but they'll get their chance at,
the
ladder match.
Title. Oh yeah, big news. Wrestle Glory 2 is coming up. We have huge ideas for that.
Oh, shit.
Shut the glare. You can see the... Alright, yeah. No more of that. So, the shiny Intercontinental title belt is going to be up for grabs in a...
ladder match.
How many men?
5 men.
5 men.
And it's the 5 newest men to the company.
So, we're going to have to try to work around that because we play most of the characters. So, we're going to have Drew, me, you...
Maybe Devin.
Devin, he'll show up.
One of the Tylers.
And then we'll have one of the Tylers play one of the characters, so...
But, I mean, overall, we get hurt, but, I mean, it's really fun. You get to go outside, and you get to...
be active.
Like, you get to be your own man. Like...
But, yeah, only 2 confirmed matches for Wrestle Glory. But, yeah, we've got more coming up.
Should be.
Yay! So, this has been going on for 40 minutes now.
Yeah. But just wanted to give you guys a little history on BPW and like what we do and what our thoughts of it are. I'll be doing this with a few other characters, and this is the part of the video where I give out all the social media for you guys not to listen to me and not add us or follow us or subscribe. But I'm doing it anyway.
Oh.
Paul's leaving. He's done.
Bye!
On our YouTube, can't think of the name. Our YouTube, it's E.N.F Films for all the trailers and small matches, and BPW Wrestling for all the main big matches. Our Instagram is E.N.F Films. Our Facebook page is BPW. We also have individual Facebook pages. Mine is The Outlaw. Drew is... Drew?
I don't have a Facebook. I have a Instagram. Because I thought it was a lot better.
Yeah.
Than a Facebook, because you know
it is. I ain't gonna lie.
You can post better pictures on there.
Yeah.
Because that's all you really do is just post pictures and put captions on it, and that's all you really need.
It's like a Snapchat.
Because with your own Facebook page, you don't need to post like comments like what they did. I was like, what is up with this? He was like, oh, Drew, when he tried to first put his own Facebook up, I was like, this is not how you do it. My character is based off of... No, like, you're actually supposed to be your character. Yeah. Like, you're not supposed to be like, oh, this is what my character is.
So I had to go on his phone and change everything. Because he didn't understand what I was saying. But we love Drew. He's awesome.
Their stupid personal chat comment thing. Oh, we got a tag team now? Maybe. Like that's happening.
Oh, yeah. Drew really wants to do a tag team really bad. I don't know why.
Yeah, we can definitely work things out. Wrestle Glory, we can have the tag team title match.
Yeah.
If he gets the belts by then.
But,
I'm gonna say that's probably gonna be one of the last bigger events that we have so far coming up soon.
Yeah.
For a while at least.
Made summer vacation and I have
We
a
got stuff
job.
to do. I'm going to Florida.
But we're not stopping. We would just be taking a break for a while.
Yeah.
But we'll give you.
We need to heal from all our battle scars.
We will give you guys an update when that time comes. But yeah, I just want to give you that little update in history, and I should be back on BPW Live Thursday.
I don't know what the hell I'll be to be
or
back.
Friday. Yeah, but
Don't
he'll make an entrance.
Don't expect me to be on for a couple weeks because I am
Booked
for a lot of stuff. So that's personal issues. I'll be back eventually. Not sure when, but eventually.
But
Wrestle Glory 2. I'll be back for that.
Maybe.
No, I will be back for that.
But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and I will be seeing you guys hopefully Thursday or Friday. And you know, like, subscribe, comment. You never do that, but you know, it's always worth saying. It takes 3 seconds of your life. Yeah, so I'll be catching you guys soon.
Subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.